Private Kayla Pageant, a former track star from North Carolina, is one of the 18 special women who have become infantrymen. Jude Leiber from WordPress.com stated, "She came to boot camp in better physical condition than most of the men. She was able to throw a 20-pound hammer over 60 meters. Because of that and leading her platoon, she earned much respect from others, especially the large group of men in her platoon." Her drill sergeant, Joseph Sapp, said that she was one of those people that they were happy to have. Private Pageant is attending airborne school and has the ultimate goal of becoming a ranger. She made a large impact on the people around her and will be a great asset to the other men and women in the infantry and for our country. Megan Myers from Army Times once stated, "Female gender integration is new to the infantry branch, but not to the Army." Previously, women have been able to serve as special operations cultural support teams, according to Corinne Miller, an author from the Women's Health magazine. This means that women are alongside the men in combat, but they are only to interact with the female civilians wherever that may be. After reviewing many publications, including website articles, newspapers, news articles, and magazine articles, I have combined plenty of information on the first group of women infantrymen. I am seeking to inform you all about the Army's first mixed-gender infantry. I not only plan to inform you about the Army's first mixed-gender infantry, but also discuss what it takes to become an infantryman and info about the women that are now in infantry. In 2013, our former President, Barack Obama, changed a policy to integrate women in the Army into previously closed military occupation specialties. Now, women are being given opportunities that have never been given before. They are able to be on the front line in the middle of combat. They are able to be rangers, and they are able to serve as special forces. Gretel Kovac, a reporter for San Diego Union Tribune, interviewed Marilyn Sharp, who stated, "What we are trying to decide is who is and who is not capable. We really don't care how old you are and what sex you are. If you can do the job, then you deserve to have that job." While women are being given these new opportunities, they are being asked to perform the same tasks that the men are being asked to perform. The women aren't given any kind of special treatment. They do what the men do. They had multiple difficult tasks they had to pass to accomplish that ultimate goal. According to Jude Leiber, 4 of the physical tests that the women had to pass consisted of launching a grenade 35 meters, dragging a 268-pound dummy 35 meters, running 5 miles in less than 45 minutes, and a 12-mile march while carrying 68 pounds. As many things as there are that remain the same for the men and women in the infantry, their hair is where the standards don't remain the same. As Dave Phillips stated in the New York Times, "When men arrive, their heads are shaved. On the contrary, women's are not. Some women choose to shave their heads anyway because they don't want to be held at a different standard than the men." As I have just informed you, women are treated as equally as the men. However, the women don't feel they need to be treated differently. They go into this knowing that they are going to be a part of the front line with the men if they accomplish it. Only 18 of the 32 women that went out for this position in infantry made it all the way through. 2 of the 18 women who set their goals to become infantrymen did so for different reasons. One of the women, Private Ireland Donovan, grew up outside of Philadelphia with 5 older brothers and was the only girl on her middle school football team. She claims to have become an infantryman because she wanted to make history. Another woman, as previously stated, is Private Kayla Pageant, who, as we know, grew up in North Carolina. We also know that she wanted to become an infantryman to work her way up to becoming a ranger. Even though many of the women have seen combat in some kind of way, these 18 will actually be in the front line fighting for our country. The front line is the backbone of the Army. The front line's main job is to defend our country against any on-land threats. They also capture, destroy, and repel enemy ground forces. According to SoCaNew.com, some other duties that the front line could be responsible for is to patrol areas for security, seek our enemies, post guard duty, or escort and engage in protective duties. Now I would like to summarize the main points of this speech. The Army's 1st Infantry has changed due to a policy which was updated by our former President Obama in 2013. Since this successful change of the policy, there are now 18 women in the infantry who have dedicated themselves to this. They'll be allowed to drive tanks, fire mortars, and lead infantry soldiers into combat. They'll be able to serve as Army Rangers and Green Berets, Navy SEALs, Marine Corps Infantry, Air Force parajumpers, and everything else that was previously open to only men. This was said by Ashton Carter, Defense Secretary, in December of 2015, during an interview with Rachel Rivers, a reporter from Independent World News. Well, Mr. Carter was right. These 18 women have broken Army gender immigration and will go down in the history, always being known as the first 18 women infantrymen. Could you imagine the amount of skill it takes to accomplish this goal? This break in Army gender immigration is going to be a huge change for the United States. Women will be on the front line risking their lives every day for us and fighting to keep their own.